Editing this video inched me closer to death, and for that I can be grateful, but it was through stress, laggy laptop loading times, and myself under self-made duress. It wasn't that much fun sitting by my son, made from white light bright to the paint on my fingers curled around brushes I kept dropping to speedy rabbit attackers, and armed with a metal palette that mysteriously likes to slink off the table. But in the same little week I had to finish the Foursome Collective. I rented on insomnia, coffee, but I was not that unstable. I even managed to film the whole thing, save for the tiny details, my negligence in between. As I write this, I'm sick of staring at the acrylic-coated thing, a temporary symptom, but I didn't give myself the time to let the composition of my brain sink. I didn't even think of this idea until recently of late when I was staring at the blank canvas that never had the orchid pony paint. But I digress. Let's talk color, my favorite artistic component mess. This band can be neatly divided up into four, at least for the moment, before something else comes out from the musical storm. Where else to go for a colorful palette than their own discography? But I ran away with my artistic liberties. I don't draw portraits too often, so I took the easy way out, and used quick color dashes where the acrylic medium is found. First came Pow, I don't know what I'm doing, the victim Eric. If I could, it would be his details that I'm still with messing. Phthalo Blue was the star here with magenta to boot, and while I had black paint in my back pocket, their purple child was dark enough to use. But I can't forget the second little green alien, so I took his skin and laid it out under Muse. And to the light of the reference I took titanium buff, let the face get swallowed by the light, the music, and my bluff. Slinking around next was a cat, John, yellow paint. I didn't do so well with the brown. But there again was a ton of vivid characters that I could pull to his face. I can shrug off a monotone album cover to art's allergy to rigid infrastructure. Again was the phthalo to balance out the view, I tell myself as I really just want my favorite colors to use. Oh god, I'm so tired, but I kept pressing on, each face to work on with a chunk of time unnoticed gone. AAA battery myself forced to sleep, but I was kept up anyways because of my nervous energy. The habit to build up pressure to a roadblock tumor overwhelming. Back to the board, painting away, letting the subconscious take over. It was nice to not have to think. Next up to Shane. John not yet quite done, but I'll take care of that later. Just that Shane facial hair, he's the worst offender. Came to wake and woke up to the gray-purple mountains and their light blue sky behind the aliens. I don't have to put out so much green and then pull out the blue from Eric to the next guitar dude. The lines are slowly fading, the time ticking by, little thoughts in the back trying to poke out, but I just work on getting this accidental anger off. Set off by the day it calls, irritation to these responsibilities I agreed to, dissolve off to the other musicians' rap. I don't say I hate talking to people because I'm full of crap. At this point I realize I've hit the skill ceiling, slamming into limitations that speaker bruises I can't be comparing. Overreacting, time invisible passing, my only solace is making the marks on the only things I convince myself is lasting. It's Wednesday night, deadline pressing on my neck, drummer boy Donovan is left, and then it's fixing up the collective before I fail to print this. The motivation to give a copy to the band is more of an excuse to keep myself up to coffee. What's the point of giving away fan art if I waste time thinking about this? I'm not gonna get that far. Never mind the megapixel limitation to what my phone can do and the inability to get prints huge. My lighting, my angles, everything is off, and if I don't turn my mind to clear, everything is going to come crashing. Stop. Keep drawing in the culture scar's color, a nice tool to break up the wood. Edging in my way to finish this, I would stay put, but I'm fidgety, maybe I'm messing with the faces more than I should. Take a step back to make sure the mess makes sense, add in a touch where I fake a conscious impression to an unpolished talent. I'm nearing the end, I can feel it, the clock nearing before I have to change gears and kick it around a city in the dark alone to my thoughts. Away from the paint, I know when I step back home I have to spruce up my rabbits, maybe a quick nap, off to the printing shop I go. Is this enough? The detail slip. But there comes time to rush me in to work and then to sleep, way past my phone singing. Open up to tumultuous Friday, the chaos in between dull wilting moments, the rush to a profit, the skipping seconds makes my heart sink. Too nervous to keep my composure to the dead messages as an hour or two. I'm due to walk across the stage for latest absent fate. Bow my head to anxiety I wait. As the people clear away, I became more aware and needful of space. Donovan asked why I was standing so far away. I let a moment pass, guarding myself with my poster tube. I approach closer and present, this is for you. Edging myself out of a panic attack a few points underneath the ceiling, I cut myself some slack. John Cat said he likes my art. For what my goals are concerned, this is a milestone pretty far. End to a concert, end to my weekend. To a speaker I put my head. Get told twice, maybe don't get kicked out. What am I left but the future to contend with on a silent, quiet voice? End point I have no direction, except to the next pen adventure. Pizza, letters, contempt I fed to the past, future, present. Cutoffs to the air I vent to bar practices, lowering my gaze to the indicative behavior. I'm sent to the foggy fair weather and empty calm, owing my playthrough to years of practice, etiquette, horticulture. Crawling back up north where the AC is cooler, the massive bodies all there to honor, maybe out of obligation, a 4-year trial to a half-hewn social test implementation. And to my twitchy fingers without my phone, my anxiety to the dire honed through my imagery. Let me not unlock an hour later to a catastrophe. It will never be me, I can continue to think, the reality of September never sinking. But the eyes are around and expect my good behavior. I cast my eyes down and keep my panic to a slumber. What do I do next, but wait the hours until I can express the frustration of a limited view to life, my ire for my cousin, my anger to my brother, my jealousy to the relationships that survive. I don't talk about feelings. I point to a song whose lyrics and self-contorted meaning are a tailored translation I can point to. Not to explain myself to the people around, but just to myself. As much as I am stuck in my own head, I never get anything I've said. I act before I feel, and I feel before I know what I'm feeling. What is an emotion but hindsight reflection? The inflection of my skills of acting. I am the actor, or I am a silent voice. Plug in the headphones and let noise be. Existence is a fee continually piling. I take 2 shoes, 2 seconds to view the expectations of my surroundings. What should I pay to be there? The statistics in my favor. Tragedies are never fair, but the bands are all writing. The long-awaited number 12. What dark depths will they dredge up? What emotional swings will Donovan push us on? The melodic anxiety of sufferer I'm still waiting, and the next Hail the Sun project I'm greatly anticipating. I may yet see my best friend. I'll assume I'll once again see my loved drum sets. I still have oil paint to learn. Gamblin may be my next coveted pet. Rabbits that have wires still to chew, and I'm sucked into what I can learn to do. Is the future worth trading in for some mysterious murky black, or can I be satisfied after my perspective has been curved into some bitter muted color, pastel's evil cousin? Will I ever be assured again that I can be secured? I walk across the stage in my brother's place. I leave the concert, I trace the rest. Another day I'll ask that I can mark it with one of the many things I lack. Inhale, I think back to all the chances I had to push through and ask. I look forward that I can assume that their next pass-through will be more opportune. My mind then tumult hopping the edge. Whose fault that I turn blind to time and all ticks and burns in my mind thin? It'll be fine as long as it doesn't permeate the skin. But am I sure that I won't overwrite the writing I want in that spot? Am I sure? Am I able? All I know is the deafening silence of home.
Facade. Without your helps, they all would know that I'm a fraud. It's like a game, it makes me sick, but I can now admit I love the rush I get.